Well, hello Ted. Here's going to be a little video presentation of the situation I've got. You're looking alongside the lengthwise of my house at our deck. The deck, as you can see, is supported to our two-story house, which that second floor up there is actually a ballet studio. And this is basically how it looks. This area basically is what would need to be enclosed sound-wise, and I'm gonna go out here to the edge of my deck and give you a quick pan to see an idea. We have a house right next to us there, and we have lots of houses that sit kind of, we're like on the top edge of one bowl. There's a house right down here that I could toss a rock on. More residential area around here. This backyard, and this good-sized house here is vacant, but who knows, they might sell it, somebody might move in. And that's a house I'm walking away from the deck now, going towards the front door of our house, just to show you how our house kind of sits up. But this is basically the situation. There's the sidewalk, alley, whatever you want to call it, goes behind our house. And I will give you a picture from down there looking up later. But right now, I'll just go back to the deck. This type of lattice, it's aluminum lattice, anchored into about 1.5 feet concrete. This goes all the way through here. I hang up lots of different types of stuff. Right now I've got some kind of bamboo reed curtain, keeps the sun off, a little bit of the wind. This is basically the way the deck is supported. And it's a stucco wall. Basically, I'm turning around here to show you the overhead. Basically, it's cedar, fairly well reinforced. Obviously, the deck is strong enough to be able to hang any kind of a curtain. No problem with that. Going down to one corner. Lag bolts basically holding the corner of this. These posts go through the deck. The wood deck, which is on Douglas fir planks, sits about 2 feet off of a concrete slab. So there is dead space underneath this decking. And I'll give you exact measurements, but it's about an 8-foot clearance. Another thing we have to contend with is there's 2 sliding doors on the inside of the house. Obviously, these sliding doors bounce off sound readily to right here and back down. This neighbor right here is not particularly the most friendly. They're sensitive. This is what the end of the deck looks like. On the house side, I have a couple of these Rubbermaid type storage facilities, storage boxes. I have some overhead, an overhead rack up here. Keep a lot of construction stuff. This is pitched, obviously. You can kind of get an idea of the angle from what I showed, but here I am looking towards the other end. Now I'll pretty much walk back out. To the end here. You can see basically how the deck is supported. See about how high it is. It's about 1.5 feet off the concrete slab. And of course, the door that I just walked out of is right here. The fact that it's a big glass sliding door obviously bounces sound rather well. So that's another problem. This is the other corner of the deck up here. I'll back out one more time. But I think this video will probably give you a pretty good idea of where I'm at. That shows the pitch of this. And I've got flat slate shingles on top of this roof. But obviously, I would need to get a panel to hang over the end here, and panels to come along similar to what is hanging here now in curtains, blocking off this. Not quite so easy to butt them together right here where this beam comes out. This beam is actually right at the edge of this beam, pretty well comes up flat here. It doesn't protrude too much, but when you have a mat that's hanging there all the time, there'll be some chafing. Easy workaround though, I would imagine. But basically, that's what we're talking about. The two curtains that are hanging up here are around 330 centimeters long, and they're about I believe 190 centimeters high this way. But I'll give you much more accurate measurements on all that. I just wanted you to get an overall picture, which I think this should pretty much should take care of. And like I said, I'll give you one more still picture. This is not exactly a straight shot, as you can see from the top. For some reason, not a good one. They decided to put somewhat of an angle on it, so it has not a curve, but it's actually not a straight shot. The curtains, of course, are hanging straight, but the gutter that's up here comes down to here, and then it takes a bend, goes back on the other way. You'll see that easier when I show it to you from the bottom. But that's basically what I'm up against. In closing the deck part, and maybe extending this on out this way on top of this fence, but that would not be something I'd need to do right now. Anyway, that should give you a pretty good idea of the situation. I'll take some more still shots later. If you see anything you need a close-up of, please feel free to let me know. Meanwhile, I'll try to see if I can get this posted on a YouTube for you so you can take a look at it, and I'll send you the link. Thanks a lot. See you later.